A perfectly tidy, clutter-free desk gives the illusion of a healthy workspace. But when we zoom in on the keys of a pristine-looking keyboard, the reality is entirely different. Microscopic pathogens, allergens, and bacteria use these high-touch surfaces as distribution hubs. They thrive silently on mice, monitor edges, and shared equipment, acting as active biological hazards right under our fingertips. This chart tracks the financial damage. As the curve for employee sick days steadily rises due to illness, the corresponding curve for organizational productivity plummets across the quarter. The cost of viral transmission far exceeds the cost of cleaning, and the law reflects that risk. The Health and Safety at Work Act 2011 explicitly places the responsibility on employers to provide safe, healthy workplaces, making hazard management a mandatory obligation in New South Wales. True workplace hygiene is a strict legal and financial imperative designed to protect a company's most valuable asset, its human capital. We can map out a compliant defense using this layered model. The dense inner core represents your first line of protection, daily micro-habits. Emptying desk bins daily and immediately removing food waste breaks the initial chain of bacterial growth and directly shuts down pest attraction before it starts. Striking shared zones like lift buttons, door handles, and communal tech with hospital-grade disinfectant heavily suppresses the rate of daily infection transmission. Enforcing a clean desk policy each afternoon physically removes clutter, creating a fresh, organized baseline that limits overnight dust accumulation. Expanding outward, we hit the second layer, the weekly reset. Instead of surface touches, this protocol targets accumulating structural buildup. This requires deliberate interventions, like wiping down all monitors without harsh chemicals, and running commercial-grade vacuums to aggressively extract particulate matter trapped deep within the carpets. The daily microhabits act as a constant shield against rapid pathogen spread. By keeping that daily baseline manageable, they prevent the weekly structural reset from becoming an overwhelming, collapsed mess. The third and final temporal layer is the monthly deep clean. This targets the building's completely hidden infrastructure. You have to physically move heavy office furniture to access areas that daily cleaning misses. That means extracting dust caked along the baseboards and scrubbing out the intake vents of the HVAC system. Skipping these monthly checks allows grime to embed permanently into floors and walls, while offering undisturbed, dark environments where deep-rooted pest infestations can easily establish themselves. But the ultimate stress test for this entire system happens in high-traffic shared spaces, like meeting rooms and staff kitchens. Because dozens of staff cycle through these rooms, they demand compounding timelines. A table requires immediate post-meeting sanitization, the room needs daily wipe-downs, and the video conference equipment requires dedicated weekly tech cleans. Keeping personal workstations perfectly sanitized accomplishes almost nothing if your communal choke points aren't aggressively managed across all three temporal layers. True hygiene extends beyond physical surfaces. It actively manages the environment encompassing the employee. Systematic HVAC maintenance, specifically routine filter replacements and duct inspections, dictates the quality of indoor air. Removing airborne dust physically drops the rate of respiratory irritation. Dust settling on light fixtures can reduce their brightness by up to 20%. Wiping them down regularly while positioning screens to avoid direct glare immediately reduces severe eye strain and afternoon fatigue. We tie this directly into quarterly physical ergonomic checks. Correcting monitor height and ensuring proper lumbar support drastically cuts down on repetitive strain injuries. A meticulously sanitized surface offers zero value if the stale air an employee breathes and the poor lighting they process are actively causing them physical harm. Zooming out to the macroeconomic view, this checklist operates as an aggressive corporate asset management strategy. This scale visualizes the math. Formalizing a layered hygiene protocol transitions it away from a basic, annoying operational expense, turning it into a highly measurable driver of business return on investment. The dividends compound over time. Organizations secure high employee retention, maintain peak cognitive productivity, and cultivate a healthy workplace culture. Implementing a strict, multi-layered hygiene standard is the foundational architecture required to build a high-performing, compliant, modern organization.